I don't want to frighten you. I don't want to add to your anxiety. So many people have anxiety today. It's. I mean, when there are CBDs and their dogs and their therapy ferrets, and they're taking a lot of drugs, a lot of pills, a lot of anxiolytics, antidepressants, a lot of booze, a lot of stuff. To kind of smooth out the rough stuff. Can you imagine what kind of hell it would be if Kamala Harris were president? Just stop for a second. Just stop. Pick the scenario that scares you the most. Pick the one that makes you think, "Oh dear God. Oh dear God, no. Oh dear God, no." Just think about this. All this talk, forget about Tim Walz and J.D. Vance and Trump and this and Vance is stooping a couch. I mean, all this I can't even keep track of it. Just think about knowing she's the president, and you're wondering who's telling her what to do, because sure as hell she's not doing anything. She's not involved in anything. Who's telling her what to do? This woman, I've said this before, and I said it to the point, and I think sometimes people don't really understand it, or maybe they think I'm just being mean, but I will tell you this. This woman is as dumb as rocks. It's very simple. There's nothing to my analysis at all. I mean, you can talk about all you want. This is the dumbest person, and this jadrul that everybody loves. I talked to a friend of mine, lives in Minnesota. They love this guy. Walz. Oh, the health care is great. The schools are great. I said, he abandoned your state during a riot. Well, What do you mean, yeah, well, I'm going to be very, very brutally honest with you, which is kind of what I do normally. But I really don't give a damn about education and health care when my governor abandons my state when it's being attacked by BLM terrorists and Antifa. Let me say this again. I don't care about period products in boys' rooms. I don't care about any of that stuff. When there's a riot, when he's sitting back saying, well, let's see. And his wife opens up the windows to smell the wafting cinders, the carbonized smell of freedom. Oh, my God. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. How did we... If somebody came up, I'm serious, and somebody said, and we're going to nominate this person, and if somebody came up and just did the worst kind of a and didn't know, I'm just hypothetical, just work me through this, came out yelling, making barking noises and, self-mutilation, gnawing, missing chromosomes, eyes, no speech patterns, violent, obviously deranged. Would there be someone who say, all right, no, that's enough. Can't do this. Why? Well, because the person is deranged. Okay. So therefore, there is, work with me on this. So therefore, there is a level of distress that one would be able to tolerate before they said, all right, that's enough, right? It makes sense? Okay, good. So the next question I have is, what short of that? How far can you go in? If somebody really was stupid, really had, let's say, had a, IQ of room temperature, would somebody say, we can't allow this? So how far do you go before you get to the Kamala Harris level? How many speeches about her and the bus and the community and the yellow bus and before people say, oh, this woman's this, no, she can't be president. How long did it take people to realize that Joe Biden was out of his tree when they had to wait till not June 27th during the debate, but July 5th with George Stephanopoulos? That's when they realized it. It's like, what? Yeah, that's when they realized it. That's when they realized it? Yes, that's when they realized it. You wonder sometimes, it's all, you hear these stories about con men, confidence men, and you think to yourself, how is it that these people find themselves buying into this stuff? How do people buy into it? Remember when heard of the tragedy of like Jim Jones and these cults? Do you think, how did they buy into this? Well, how did people ever listen to this woman and say she's going to be great? Now, listen, I understand why people in Washington want her to be in it, because she's a corrupt jadrul, and what's his name? They're going to do all the bidding and basically they're going to be the automatic pen for the deep state and the police state and all that stuff. And I understand that. But the question that I have is simply this: how does this even get allowed to be possible? How? What next? I mean, seriously, if we tolerate her, what's next? Somebody in a coma? Somebody with serious, severe problems? I don't know. I want you to take a very good look at this, my friends. And don't think I'm exaggerating in the least when I tell you this. If she is president, everything that you knew that was good about this country, everything that made us great and good and noble and productive, is over.